John, what's going on, man? 1247, the great one, man. Like I always say, man, it's a great day to be great. You brothers out there, listen, gentlemen, be the greatest version of yourself, man. Don't listen to what anybody has to say. Don't listen to what anybody is telling you, gentlemen. You go within yourself, and you, gentlemen, be the greatest version of you, and fulfill your dreams and your aspirations, gentlemen. Do all that. Who cares what people got to say? But gentlemen, check this out, man. This message is simple. Um, this goes about, what I talked about before a couple of vlogs ago about the so-called community, preparing you for somebody else and all this stuff. But basically, this is for gentlemen just like myself who's going through separation or divorce. Gentlemen, listen, don't blame yourself for the way that your relationship went. Don't blame yourself for if the relationship worked or if it didn't work. Never blame yourself for it not working. Right? Don't blame yourself. This goes back to what I said a couple of vlogs ago. Listen, it was a lesson that was supposed to be learned. So don't blame yourself for the quote unquote failure of that relationship. Don't blame yourself. If anything, that your relationship, the failure or the relationship that failed, was supposed to help you become a better person. This is what I say all the time. Listen, sometimes failures can be your best lessons. Failure, to me, is the best lesson of all because it causes you to recognize where you fell short at. No, I don't want you gentlemen out here, pointing the finger, this, that, and the third, this, she did this, she. Yes, gentlemen, yes, we get it. We know women in the community. You know how we get. You know how these women get down. I get it. But sometimes you gotta look. You gotta put that mirror in your face, gentlemen, and say, "Listen, this is where I messed up. Right? This is where I messed up. This is where I fell short." So I don't want you gentlemen coming out here always pointing the finger at her. Gentlemen, you gotta put that mirror in your face and say, "Listen, this is where I fell short." Right? Because at the end of the day, like what the shirt says, be the greatest version of yourself. And being the greatest version of yourself is recognizing your failures, recognizing your shortcomings, recognizing where you went wrong. And yes, maybe she was tripping and this, that, and the third. Cool, gentlemen. Cool. And that could possibly be because I could do the same thing. Oh, she did this and she did this and she. Cool, yeah, I can point the finger all day. But they say once you point finger at somebody, what they got 3 fingers pointing back at you. So, gentlemen, just don't blame yourself for your for your divorce separation. Don't blame yourself. If anything, because I tell people sometimes, hey, I'm going through separation. Oh man, oh man, I feel bad. Like, nah, bro, don't feel bad. Because I don't feel bad. Um, I feel things are going to get better because I went through this and learned the lesson that I need to learn, gentlemen. That's just going to make me. This situation is going to make me better. First of all, for myself. The last video I said, yeah, going through hell from the community, it's gonna make you better for somebody else. But no, first and foremost, me going through this situation with her and the so-called community, it's gonna make me better for myself. So once I become the greatest version of myself, because it's an ongoing process, then I can be a better asset to any type of society than I'm in. Right? So listen, um, so don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself. If anything, listen, you got through it. Because some brothers, and the thing is, uh, not to put my stuff out there. I'm gonna say, only thing I'm gonna say is this: I stay faithful in the process. I stay faithful in the process. That's all I'm gonna say. I stay faithful in the process. So, me going through my situation, I stay faithful in the process. I didn't give up when things was looking crazy and this, that, and the third, and stuff was going on in the house, this, that, and the third. I stay faithful in the process. And that's what you gentlemen have to look at your so-called divorce or your failed relationship. Listen, if you stay faithful in the process, gentlemen, then to me, you won. I can't sit there and say you lost. No, gentlemen, if you stay faithful in the process, then gentlemen, you have won. You have won. You came out with your sanity, your dignity. You didn't go out here. You didn't embarrass yourself. You didn't embarrass your family. That's for you. Now, if your significant other, whatever she did is whatever she did, but that has nothing to do with you. But long as you save face and you stay faithful in the process, gentlemen, I'm telling you, better things and better type females is going to present themselves to you. As long as you stay faithful in the process. I wasn't perfect, but I stayed faithful in the process. I saw it all the way through. Like I told you, gentlemen, instead of me going out here chasing at the big booty Keisha, I got to work. I started making videos. Listen, I got over 200 something videos on YouTube. If I didn't go through all this, what I went through with her, I would have never would have started creating videos. Because all that I'm going through, gentlemen, I'm giving it back to you. All that I go through, see, being the greatest version of me has nothing to, has everything to do with me, but it has everything to do with you too. Because what's the purpose of me going through what I'm going through if I'm going to keep it to myself? See, the things that I'm going through is for it. It's for this to provide a testimony so I can share it to somebody else. Because hell, you brothers could be going through the same thing, or you could be possibly going through the same thing, possibly talking about divorce or separation, this, that, and third. So I'm giving you this game as I'm going through it through the process as well. So I don't view my so-called last relationship, this separation, divorce, as a failure. I view it as a victory. Because if I didn't go, listen, all that stuff I was going through with her caused me to go inside myself and to find me, instead of always, because before I was spending so much hours in the manosphere and listening to these guys bitch and complain and this, that, and the third. And yeah, even me, I jumped up on a few panels myself and got up on my soapbox and blah blah blah, man, this female, all that dumb stuff, doing the same old, just sitting there snotting and crying and oh my god, and she doesn't believe in me, or she won't act right, and blah 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 blah. Gentlemen, I've been on plenty of panels. Now this is years ago. I haven't been on panel in years, and I don't plan on being on anybody's panel anytime soon. So yeah, gentlemen, it's just me recognizing where I fell short, recognizing what I could do better. This so-called failed relationship is me recognizing what I need to do to better myself, not only for somebody else, but better myself so I can be a better person, so I can come out into society and do the right things and better our society wherever I go to, wherever on planet Earth I go to. I can better our society because I went through a crazy situation for 10 years. That's all these failed relationships are. These failed relationships are supposed to help you to recognize where you fell short and how you can get better. So don't ever view a divorce or separation as a failure. No, you should view it as something that was was supposed to help you learn. Yeah, I hear you, 12. Don't get me wrong. Now, if you lose a house and all that other stuff, gentlemen, listen. Let me tell you about assets and things of that nature. Listen, you can always get a car, you can always get a house and things of that nature, gentlemen. Like me losing. Listen, me losing this. this townhome, yeah, I got it built from the ground up and this, that, and the third, and the couple things that I accumulate, during this so-called 10 years, gentlemen. I mean, it's a little bit, but gentlemen, I want a lot more. I wanted a lot more. I always wanted more. I always wanted to do more. I always wanted to all these businesses that I have now. I wanted to do more. I wasn't cool with just having what I had. Now dealing with my sniff, dealing with the ex, hey, listen, we were on two different pages. We're on two different pages, and hey, listen, she wanted to do what she wanted to do, and that's cool. But I had something different. I had, I was thinking a lot bigger and things of that nature, and she and I couldn't see on that level, and that's fine because it shows in work. Listen, if somebody that wants better is going to create the opportunity for somebody to, I created the opportunity for somebody to invest in me. I created something that can propel me, that can put me in places. I created this YouTube channel. I've created a motivational type of thing. Hell, I done created a comic book company 2 years ago. So I created things that can, that can propel me to the next level, that can put me in places that I could have never been if I was just dealing on her type of level. If I was dealing on her type of level, hey, just a lot of females, they just want to be comfortable. They don't want to. It's not venturing out there and trying to do this and trying to do that. A lot of females, a lot of these modern day women just want to be comfortable, and I was never cool with just being comfortable. Just get by in a house and a picket fence, and we just gonna work and die of old age. Like that was never. My thing is always taking chances, always trying to push the limits, always trying to get to the next level. And you know, those 10 years I was dealing with her, like I mean, hell, we done been through some stuff. Me going through these different jobs, and I done went through like 4 or 5 jobs, and and shoot, sometimes man, my paychecks was looking kind of sketchy and all this stuff, man. We've been through some hard stuff, and my thing is for me is always keep pushing to the next level. But yeah, even pushing can you're gonna go through some tumultuous, rocky stuff. But listen, after all those transitions we've been through, we still good. House wasn't foreclosed on. No, got and the thing is, got a new house. Nothing was repossessed. Nothing. I mean, all that stuff we was going through is has gotten her to a place of comfort. But my thing is, it's, to me, it's not about being comfortable with me. It's always pushing to the next level. And these 10 years have just shown us where we are in life. So this quote unquote marriage, this divorce, separation slash going to divorce, has shown us that we're just on two different wavelengths. We're just on two different places. It's taking 10 years to finally get to this, to get to the nitty gritty. But I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. All them transitions that we've been through, man, we've been through a lot. But guess what? I got to keep it moving. Instead of me getting hell, gentlemen, listen, I created my clothing line. Listen, brothers, I put my clothing line on the shelf for years because I was trying to be a family man. I was trying to be more understanding. Listen, I killed my dreams. And, I ain't killed my dreams, but I mean, I put my dreams on the shelf because I was trying to be a family man. I was trying to please, and I was trying to be the better husband. I was trying to do this. I was trying to do that. I put my so-called purpose and my dreams and my visions. I put all that on the shelf to try to please a female. Once again, I'm not gonna point the finger at her because all the stuff that I was trying to build and this, that, and the third, I should have had all of that before I even got into the relationship. But nevertheless, all the purpose and the business and the legacy, I found that like 3 years into my marriage. And I should have had all of that before I even came into the marriage. But nevertheless, it is what it is. But me going through these 10 years, gentlemen, has I went through the fire. What it say in the scriptures? You go through the fire, and you come out as pure gold. So, gentlemen, I went through the fire, and now I've come out. I don't view this separation, going into divorce, as a failure. I view it as an opportunity to be greater. I went through a test. How do you say? I went through a 10-year test to have what? A testimony. So I went through a test to come out with a testimony. And as I'm going and as I'm progressing and always trying to be the greater version of me, I'm giving the game to you. So as I'm going through my journey, gentlemen, it's like we're all going through a journey together. We're all going through what we're going through together. So I told you guys before, 2022, I'm not complaining about the community no more. I'm not complaining about any female in the so-called community. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, gentlemen. You are not going to see me any longer complain about the so-called community and these women in the community. Gentlemen, when I say, listen, I'm going to create my own reality, gentlemen, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to create that certain reality with whoever I want to create it with. I don't care who has this to say and who has that to say. Gentlemen, I don't care about any of that no more. I don't. Listen, the thing is, I did what everybody told me to do. I got the marriage. I did this. I went to the military. I did everything that everybody wanted me to do. I did it. Listen to these people and these people. Hell, even when I was coming home from when I came from Japan, when I got here 14 years ago, gentlemen, I already had the plan, what I wanted to do. I had the vision, what I wanted to do when I came back to the U.S. and all this stuff. But once again, listen to other people. Listen to these other zombified people had me spinning in circles for years, trying to figure out this, trying to figure out that, going to the clubs, doing this, doing that, and all of a sudden, boom, here I go into a 10-year marriage. Still spinning, still trying to find myself. That's why I keep telling you, John, you gotta listen, stop this spinning and get rooted and grounded in the things that you need to do. Because even I tell you this right now, when I came to this area at the end of '07, beginning of '08, gentlemen, I was just getting out the military, coming back to the States, trying to start all over again, and this, that, and the third, gentlemen. Listen, gentlemen, I had to get out the mud, bro. A lot of this stuff that I'm talking to you guys about, and a lot of this, hell, even in 1247 and stuff like that, gentlemen, I had to get this stuff out the mud. I literally had to listen, gentlemen. I'm a living testimony that, hey, listen, if you believe in yourself, anything is possible. All the hate and stuff, there's people. Hell, I had people hate on me, all types of stuff, and all wild stuff, man. I had people try to do to me, man. But it's all good. I stayed faithful in the process. This whole 10-year, what the hell, this 14 years since I've been back in the United States, gentlemen. I stayed faithful in the process. I kept working on me. I kept plugging away. I kept encouraging, gentlemen. I didn't let people distract me. And now, it's gonna pay dividends, gentlemen. That's gonna pay dividends. Hell, any day now. Hey, somebody can give me a phone call and ready to collaborate, gentlemen. Listen, I'm ready to go to the top, man. Shoot, gentlemen, I've been through a lot. Hell, I can talk about since 2000. These last 22 years, gentlemen. I can tell you. I mean, listen, I've been to Iraq in 2004, gentlemen. I could talk about I've been to Kuwait 3 times. So I could talk about a lot of things I've done in the last 22 years of my life. So some of these old cats ain't been through what I've been through, but it is what it is. I'm not here to compare my life to somebody else. But gentlemen, all that being said, gentlemen, take everything. Take your relationships, take whatever. If you're sitting in the community, in your hood, in your neighborhood, whatever, gentlemen, take that. Take the situation that you were going through as a test. Like the quote unquote universe is testing you. So cool, gentlemen, pass the test so your test can turn into a testimony. You're not supposed to stay in the test, gentlemen. After you listen, if you go through a class, and if you take the class and you pass the class, gentlemen, you go on to the next class. Hell, like when I was going to school, like I didn't like the grade. When I was going to school, going to college, I didn't like the so-called grade um that I got from that class. But listen, the GI Bill is like this. Listen, if you pass the class, then you pass the class. Now, if you want to take that class again, then you won't have to pay for it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm good. So yeah, gentlemen, listen, life is it's just a test after another test. After you pass the test, gentlemen, if you got you got a perfect score or you just barely cross the finish line, gentlemen, you passed. Keep it moving. Let your test be a testimony. Let your relationship be a testimony to somebody else. And as you go through the fires or whatever of the community or whatever you want to call it, gentlemen, listen, you give that information back to a brother behind you. No matter where you were in life, I'm going to give that information behind you. I'm going to give that information. And as I'm going through new adventures in life, gentlemen, listen, I'm going to me, I'm not going to sit there and stew over and cry about what I went through. I'm not going to keep crying. I'm not going to keep crying. Oh my goodness. And oh my goodness, she did this and she did that in the community. I'm not doing all that, gentlemen. I told you, gentlemen, a couple vlogs ago, I'm not complaining about any female in the community ever again. You gentlemen need to see something different, and daggone it, I'm about to be responsible for showing you something that's different. Now, me showing you these different women, are they necessarily better? I don't know. You're gonna have to find out for yourself. I don't guarantee anything, but what I am going to do is show you something different. Show you something that you probably wasn't even thinking about. So this is why I'm glad I went through all that stuff with the ex. So now I can give you guys something different. I'm not gonna be like the rest of these guys out here always talking about this and that. And I'm not gonna do 7 hour live streams about Bonquisha and Shaquana. I'm not doing that. That's dumb. That's counterproductive. Like to me, it's just like it shows the weakness. You guys sitting there discussing females that's not banging with your program, and you gonna spend 6 7 hours. So you already shown you telling women in the community that they already got power over you because you keep talking about the same thing. But gentlemen, I'm not gonna do that. But anyways, going back to the top, gentlemen, I went through all that. So yes, gentlemen, I'm not gonna complain about the lesson that I had to learn with the ex. I'm not gonna complain about it. There's no point in me complaining about oh my god and oh that one day. I don't care, gentlemen. All of this and all that. Listen, man, I got through it. I'm still transforming. I'm still trying to be the greatest version of myself. Every single day, I gotta transform and be a different person, man. But I'm not gonna let what I went through discourage me from where I'm headed to. It's just like being in Egypt. Listen, when the children of Israel left Egypt, did they leave once they left Egypt, they left captivity, right? So if you guys know the Bible, the children of Israel were in captivity Egypt for quite some time. For quite some time. But when they left Egypt, they didn't leave empty-handed. They The so-called Israelites stripped the Egyptians of their wealth. Same thing with you, gentlemen. Listen, gentlemen, it doesn't make sense for you to go through that relationship and you come out that relationship with nothing. And I'm not even talking about like, okay, you know, half of her retirement, none of that stuff. No, gentlemen, I'm just saying, just you being a stronger person. Hell, me being a stronger person, me coming out with 4 or 5 different businesses that I have established right now. I'm not coming out of Egypt empty-handed. Listen, I got things that I've developed that can take me to different places quick, fast, in a hurry. I got this YouTube channel that can get me to places quick, fast, in a hurry. I got my motivational thing that I'm doing. I got listen, I developed a clothing line for my children. If my stuff don't pop, listen, I got something that somebody can invest into my children, which is connected to me also, that can move me and my family to the next level. Come on, gentlemen. This is what I'm saying, gentlemen. It's no purpose. What is the point of going through all that hell and high water with the female in the community just to be the same person? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So stop the complaining. Don't complain about the lesson that you learned. If you learned the lesson, you learned the lesson. You guys need to come to my clothing line too, because that's the next one I'm gonna put up there. That's my quote. That's one of my motivational quotes. Listen, never complain about a lesson learned. That's one of my motivational quotes I got illustrated. I'm about to throw it on the shirt. I'm about to put it on the website right now. Never complain about a lesson that was learned. You don't complain about it. You get thanks and you move forward. You turn your test into a testimony. Stop complaining, create some results, and keep it moving forward, gentlemen. Keep it moving forward. And you give this good game to another brother. And as you encourage him, he's going to encourage somebody else. See, this is how it works. Iron, is it supposed to be iron sharpening iron? That's why you hear in church all the time, iron sharpening iron. Well, gentlemen, if you can't, you pass the test to get a testimony. When you give a testimony, that's supposed to encourage somebody else as they're going through whatever they're going through. Then when they pass their test, then that test becomes a testimony. You see how this goes? It's not about bitching and complaining. It's not about bitching and complaining. No, the test, passing the test should turn into a testimony. And that testimony should encourage somebody else to strive and do whatever they need to do. It's not about bitching and complaining. Nobody wants to hear that. People want to see results. People want to hear results. People want to see what you're going through. After all them 10 years I've been through, gentlemen, I'm gonna still bitch and complain. Think about it. After 10 years, I've been to 10 years through this female, and I'm gonna sit on YouTube. I'm gonna complain about the 10 years I've been through. Gentlemen, nobody's trying to hear that. Same thing with you. Whatever years you've been through, whatever that female, gentlemen, ain't nobody trying to hear you bitch and complain. The people want to see what happens now. Okay, cool. So you've been through all that with the community and this and the third. So what happens from here on out? What happens? That's all people want to hear about. That's all people want to see. So, gentlemen, I'm not going to complain about the community no longer. I'm going to show you, gentlemen, something that's different. I'm going to show you something that's, show you females that's feminine. Are these women better? I'm not saying these women are better, but these women are definitely different. If you want to see that if these women are quote unquote better, gentlemen, you're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to go out here and see what these other females are talking about. So no, I'm not saying that these ones I'm showing you are better. I'm saying they're different. That's all I'm saying. You're going to have to go out there and see if the grass is greener on the other side. That's your business. But gentlemen, that's it, man. So basically, listen, never complain about the lesson that was learned. Never complain. Stop complaining. Get to work, gentlemen. Turn your test into a testimony. All right? Hit the Cashapp. Come by my website. Love, peace, and hair grease. Yay.